Coach. Good afternoon. This Philly defense is pretty stout. They move on a string well. How do you go about penetrating the paint tonight?
It's not going to be easy, Jen. I mean, this is, I think that, in my mind, Ben Simmons is, I said it when I was broadcasting a year ago, I think he's the best defender in the league. I think Joel Embiid is an all-defense type of guy. Danny Green's obviously always been a really good defender. Dwight Howard was the Defensive Player of the Year for 3 straight years. I mean, they've just got some guys that make it really, really tough. And so we got to do a great job taking care of the ball. We got to play with pace, and the ball's got to keep moving. Our spacing's got to be great, but there's going to be nothing easy here.
And I know it's a small sample size since Embiid's return, but would he be in your MVP conversation at this point?
I don't know. I don't do that stuff. That's up to you guys. I mean, he's certainly one of the best players in the league, but whether he's played enough games and all of that, I'll leave that up to you.
Coach, hopefully one day I'll have to stop doing this, but can you update us on Brandon, Kyra, and Lonzo?
So Brandon will play, Kyra will play, and Lonzo will not.
All right, thank you. Philly's been good for a couple of years now. They seem to have taken the next step. And how much does Doc Rivers being there, how much does that influence them kind of getting to where they are right now?
Well, look, I mean, Doc's a great coach. And he has been everywhere he's been. But the other big thing is, they've kept their group together other than Seth Curry. I mean, it's Simmons, Embiid, Tobias Harris, and then they've supplemented around them. But they've kept those guys together, especially those two stars. And, they've gone through the ups and downs together. I think that helps. Really talented guys, and it's just taken them more time. And certainly Doc's a great coach, but I don't want to downplay the role of keeping those guys together and have them playing together for this length of time either.
And getting back to Tobias Harris, he's been a good player for a long time, but he's scaring 50, 40, 90 right now. How has he elevated his game even further?
Well, he's one of the hardest workers I've ever been around, and he's a guy that has the humility to look at what he needs to work on and spend time working on it. And so he gets better every year because he identifies what he needs to work at, and then he goes and works at it. I mean, he puts in his time year-round, takes great care of his body, in fantastic shape, a true pro, and he's going to continue to grow even over the next few years.
Stan, Christian Clark, you talked a little bit about how Brooklyn just kind of walled off the paint, when Zion did drive to the basket. And when he gets that type of treatment, is there anything you say to him or you just, trust him to just keep making basketball plays?
That's what he has to do. I talked to he and Brandon again this evening, after our walkthrough here, and just you got to make the right play time after time. And right now, we're down a little bit, and that's, they're going to see more and more of that. When we get back to shooting the ball well and everything else, then they may get some more openings. But it's not going to be easy, right? I mean, and so what they can't do is start forcing and changing their game. They've got to make plays. They're two aggressive and unselfish guys, and they've got to continue to do that.
Yeah, he said Lonzo missed the 7 games with the left hip, and now the right hip is forcing him to miss tonight. Is there any concern, as far as what's going on with that?
I don't think they saw any structural damage, so that's good. How much, one injury related to the other is something probably Nelly could talk to you more about, but I'm sure it has an effect. You carry yourself a little different. I know it's frustrating for Lonzo to be back for such a short period of time and be sidelined again, and it's frustrating for us. You never like to lose players, but the other thing is it's just we haven't had any continuity since that Boston game. We've had no continuity where we're playing with the same guys, and I think quite honestly right now we're where we've been the last couple of games is we've really been out of sync. We were in a pretty good flow, and we're not now, and we've got to try to find that again.
And you guys got about 20 or so games left. Just big picture wise, do you talk to the team about where you are in the standings, what's it going to take to make the play-in? Is that a discussion at all, or is it more about just day-to-day improvement?
I mean, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I mean, we talk about it on practice days, things like that. Not so much on game days. Game days we're focused in on who we have to play. Look, I don't think there's a motivational problem with our guys. I don't. This is a good group of guys who want to win and come and play. I don't think it's like, they need a whole lot of, we're that close. Okay, I'll play harder. I don't think that any of that does any good. I just think it's good for them to know that they're not that far removed from it. As frustrating as it's been over the last 4 games, I mean, they're not 4 or 5 games. They're not that far out, and that's a good thing to know. And so we just got to keep pushing ahead, and hopefully we get some guys more comfortable in their roles and things like that, and start to get some improved play out of some other people.
And real quick, with Brandon, do you expect him to be a full go? Any restrictions or anything like that?
Nobody's given me any, no.
Great, thanks a lot, Coach.
All right.